The only thing that concerns me about this suppressor is how it'll hold up over time. This is the PTR Vent 3. I already made a review about this thing and I shot it a bunch and I compared it with the RC2 and several other suppressors. But one of the biggest concerns that people had with the PTR Vent 3 is its maintenance and its cleaning cycle, and also how the sound suppression performance would hold up over time as carbon builds up. So what I have here today, courtesy of the boys at Bauer Precision, I have a brand new unfired PTR Vent 3 that we're gonna do basically a blind sound test like I did in my other video. And we're gonna see if we can pick out which one's quieter. On this one, I'm sitting at probably over 500 rounds, under 1,000. I would like to think that I could count the rounds on it, but every time I try, I just lose track. So pay no attention to the wear and tear on the rear end Atlas. This is just a used Atlas that I have on here. I do have an Atlas on both of these, and I did weigh them so that you guys could see that there is a ton of carbon in this one. So in theory, if we're gonna see any sound degradation, you know, we should be able to, or maybe we won't, I don't know. But I just wanted to show you guys what it weighed, and it weighed in. So mine, with a bunch of carbon in it, weighed in at 404 grams. I'll convert it to ounces if you really want. Grams is just more precise. And then the brand new one, again, same thread adapter, weighed in at 384. And so yeah, so we're gonna shoot it. We're gonna kind of give some thoughts on it. That's all we're doing today. If you want a full review, go check out my other video that I did a full review on. But we're just gonna shoot it and see if we can notice any difference in the sound suppression. We are shooting it today using M855 green tip, and we're gonna be shooting on both my 11.5 Daniel Defense and my 11.5 Knights Armament. And also, for redundancy, I am using the same exact muzzle device on each gun. So we have the same barrel length, same ammo, same muzzle device, same spring, same buffer weight. Like, everything is identical. The only thing is we just didn't time this one, which shouldn't have any sort of performance difference between the two. During the sound test, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have two people shooting. I'm gonna be standing behind them. I'm not gonna be looking. I'm not gonna know who's shooting at what time. And I'm gonna see if I can pick out one that sounds quieter than the other one. And then they're gonna switch, or they won't. Their intention is to try and throw me off to see if I can give an unbiased opinion on which one I think is quieter, if there is any sort of sound degradation in the performance. So let's get to it. Okay, also just please understand, this is nothing better than bro science. I don't have a decibel reader. They cost thousands of dollars to get one that's legitimate. So this is nothing more than what does the human ear sound like. And then at the end of the video, I'm gonna get some other opinions on which one is quieter, if there is any difference at all. Go ahead. That was a dead tie. Go ahead. That was, yeah, I didn't notice nothing. Go ahead. They're identical. Go ahead. Go ahead. Like, if I had to put it into words, we're talking like 1/10 of a decibel here. Maybe the one on the right, but go ahead. That round went through the barrier, so. All right. What are we at? Was that 5 or 4? 4. Do one more. That went through the barrier. We're gonna go tie again, I think. Also understand that the round is going, if the round's punching through the barrier, which there's nothing over here, we're on private property. If the round's punching through the barrier, you're gonna hear a longer supersonic crack, so it's gonna sound louder. But as far as the blast goes, those are a dead tie. So go ahead and switch, guys. You can switch rifles, switch people, switch whatever, cans. Just try to confuse me, switch it up. Whatever you want to do. You let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
Go ahead. That's a dead tie. Go ahead. I don't notice nothing. You guys? Nothing? Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, we're splitting hairs. Like maybe a decibel, like a really high-tech decibel reader would be able to pick up the slightest bit of difference, but what, at least to me, is more important is a human ear. I don't notice nothing. Go ahead. Tie, again, go ahead. Yeah, I don't know. Who had what? That's the new one, that's the old one? You had me fooled, man. So there really was no discernible difference. I mean, like, we're not even necessarily taking into factor the shape of the tree line over here, and there's no tree line over here, so that could lead to it. But I don't, did you notice a difference at all? None? 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 I didn't hear nothing. So obviously this is not a scientific test whatsoever. If you want more data on the PTR Vent 3, I would highly suggest you go check out Pew Science. He did a fantastic review on it. That's actually how I found out about these things. I wish I knew a solid round count on mine, but weighing it, and it was what, 20 grams more in carbon and than the brand new one. I would consider that to be a fairly substantial amount of carbon buildup, and there was no discernible sound difference between the two. Maybe we'll pick back up. I'm gonna torture mine, sorry PTR, but I'm not gonna clean it, and maybe we'll pick back up in, I don't know, a couple months or a month or so, and we'll see what we're at then and see if we notice anything. But I mean, what do you guys think shooting them?
I've shot a lot of cans, and for a 5.56 can, it's a little long, but the sound and not having any gas in your face is well worth the extra length in my opinion.
And it's very light. Like, you really don't notice it on the end of your gun. I have heavier cans. Obviously that comes with a restrictive firing schedule, but in my opinion, it has its purpose for sure. What do you think, Kevin?
So RC2 is like the bread and butter. Definitely quieter than that, a lot less gas.
This than the RC2,
100%.
Right? Okay.
Running a Gordy can, definitely lighter, and it sounds, well, I hate to say it, a little bit better than that guy.
Yeah. This thing has, like, if there were a suppressor on the market that had the best tone, I would hands down give it to the PTR. Like, were you guys weren't wearing ear pro, were you?
Negative.
And how was it?
Perfectly fine. Good.
I mean, yeah, so like, again, this isn't a very scientific thing, but this was people's main concern, so I wanted to talk about it and address it. At least where it sits, I don't notice anything. And the reason that people were concerned about it, go ahead and show that, it's like a car muffler, right? All that fine, that's the best way I can describe it. It's like a sponge, or a titanium sponge. People were worried about that getting clogged up and it affecting the sound performance. And hopefully we at least gave you some sort of like good warm fuzzy feelings about that, because I didn't notice nothing, man. So that's all I got for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Catch us on the next one. I don't know what it'll be on, but it'll be something cool, hopefully. Thanks for watching.